Welcome, Warshippers. This is the initial edition of Scuttlebutt with SeaRaptor. This is my way of just doing what so many other CCs do and just speaking my mind on a variety of topics and just talking about the news of the week, whether they've dropped new ships on us or there's some kind of happening or event going on we want to talk about. I can just sit in front of a mic and gab for a bit while something goes on in the background. Incidentally, the game we've got going on here is the very last game I played in Tier 9 Premium Cruiser Alaska before they took her away from us. This was actually one of my more solid games. I had a good time playing the ship. She's rigged for double rudder. That's a tip I got from Business 6, fellow North American CC, and I've been had been experimenting with that and really enjoyed it. So enjoy the game. Incidentally, Scuttlebutt, by the way, the name comes from naval lore, of course, because the Scuttlebutt was the water fountain, or originally the water barrel, all the way back. If we go all the way back to the wooden sailing ships of the day, it was the one place that the sailors got to congregate during the day and pass around the rumor. And so literally water fountains on modern ships these days are known as scuttlebutts. So that's where that all comes from. It's just literally the predecessor to the modern water cooler talk. So, of course, the ring contest finished earlier this week. They announced Jingles as the winner on Monday. Congrats to him. I was fortunate enough to make it to the finals, but unfortunate enough to not win. It's not really surprising. If you've watched my Twitch stream, you've seen me talk about this off and on. I didn't expect to win. Jingles is the correct choice here. I voted for him in the final round, as did quite a number of other people, clearly. And congrats to him. It's awesome that he's going to be into the game. He's been such a fantastic ambassador for the game, and his videos are always entertaining. People like to razz him, right? Because he gets things wrong from time to time, but honestly, that's part of what makes it fun. He's just as human as everybody else. He's not afraid to make fun of himself and admit to his own failings, and it's actually one of the things that makes him such a great CC and a great ambassador for the game. Because there's a lot of people out there that identify with Jingles in the sense of, I love this game, I love playing it, but I'm never going to be, super unicum, and that's fine. It's totally fine. As long as everyone is enjoying themselves and playing the game for fun, then, what else is the point? But the contest itself got some flack, right? There were some posts on Reddit, some kind of harsh things said about the contest in general, and I want to address that for a minute, because I feel like a lot of folks missed some of the point here. The contest was created by the community team in St. Petersburg as a way to bring a community contributor into the game as a captain, but also as a way to give the community contributors a chance for a little bit of friendly competition and to maybe push themselves a little bit. I know I did. That's one of the reasons I've kind of gotten back into YouTube, right? I was doing so much on Twitch and the tournament casting, and I'm going to continue to do some of those things, but I'm going to be doing more on YouTube because I find I just enjoy the format more. But that's something I don't think I would have rediscovered about myself if I hadn't decided I was going to participate in the contest. And Earl had some posts on Reddit talking about kind of his purpose in founding the contest. And I think a lot of people were like, well, Jingles was always going to win. Why did we waste all our time with this? Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but the reality is that it wasn't a foregone conclusion necessarily. Like, the CCs who were participating and voting, we could have done something super crazy Survivor style and way back in round 1 or 2, gone out of our way to conspire to get Jingles out of the contest. It could have happened. We would have been total D-bags to do it that way, but it could have happened, and it didn't. And it didn't happen because the CC community we have is strong. They recognize that, that Jingles is a great ambassador for the game. They're not going to do that to one of their own. And it was against the spirit of the contest. The spirit of the contest was just have some friendly competition. So, I told Earl in private, and I'm not afraid to say this here in front of anybody who wants to hear it, that I think the contest was a great idea. I'd like to see more things along the same vein, perhaps maybe with not such a prize, right? The prize was a big deal. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is huge. You could do something much more simple and just do something where the CCs get the chance to create some kind of goofy little content or whatever, and maybe monthly or quarterly, everybody gets a little feature. Everybody who chooses to participate into that particular contest gets featured in a portal article, and that's a great way to get the word out about the various CCs like myself, who are still very small, but continuing to grow and do what we do. So, I think the spirit of the contest was great. The execution, we may be able to argue one way or the other whether or not it had flaws or not, and that's fine. But I think a lot of people missed the point, and so that was worthy of note to me, just to kind of get that off my chest. The other thing that's been kind of stirring up a lot of dust on Reddit and forums and everything else is what's happening with steel. What's all the steel that's coming in the campaigns and the holiday events in 712 and all this sort of thing. People, there's a lot of different schools of thought out there. Stalingrad is a very unique reward. The folks that have put in the effort to get it to this point have done it generally through the work they've put into the first three seasons of Clan Battles, as was the original intent to earn the ship. But of course, now that you can earn it for steel, theoretically, you can earn it just by playing a boatload of ranked on your own. It would take a lot of ranked. You'd have to rank out several different seasons, I think, to pull that off, but it could be done over time. And of course, now they're talking about adding more steel into the game. I personally don't have any issue with them adding more steel into the game. Right? There's not enough ways to earn steel right now already. I think it's a great idea. I think they have to be very cautious about how much they add. The numbers we've seen going around on the rumors and whatnot. It's all BS until we actually know what they are. People in my mind are just getting worked up about a lot of speculation. Because it's very, very common. Take it from someone who has written campaign pages for the wiki, gone into the PTR, built the entire campaign page based on the public test realm, the requirements for each mission, the rewards for each mission, and then when the thing goes to live, all of that work is garbage. So take it from me, just because it's one way on PTR, don't mean it's that going to be that it's going to be that way on live. If it comes out on live and we don't like, and I feel like the steel values are too high, I'll say that, right? But right now, getting all worked up about it is in my mind, is premature because we just don't know what they're going to do. And they've told us themselves they're still working on it and still evaluating it internally. So I don't see any issues with dropping small amounts of steel into the economy here and there for these kinds of events. The trick is you don't want them to be massive, right? Like a few campaigns, a PvE or whatever over the course of a holiday, a few weeks, should not equal 2 Clan Battles seasons, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious, and I don't think anybody at Wargaming would agree with you if you really challenged them on it. Today is the 6th of December. That's a Thursday. In 2 weekends from now, 2 Saturdays from now, new event coming up. Well, return of an event, I should say. Shipstorm Saturday will be back. Although this time, Shipstorm Saturday is crossing both sides of the Atlantic. This is awesome. I love what the guys at RQL have done with this. They're going to be running basically a huge bracket on each side of the Atlantic, one on EU in the morning for us here on NA, and then one in the afternoon on that Saturday for the NA players. And then on that Sunday, they're going to be running the playoffs. They've got room for, I think, it was 512 teams or something insane. 3v3 tournament, 1 battleship, 1 destroyer, 1 cruiser per team. One of those boats can be tier 8, the other 2 must be tier 7, and all premium ships are banned with the possible exceptions, I should say with the exceptions of Nelson, if you consider Nelson a premium ship, and Flint. Flint is allowed this time around. Flint was not allowed back in September when they did Shipstorm 2. But this is Shipstorm 3 now. Wargaming is backing this to the hilt. There's actually cash prizes, cash doubloons. There's some loot. Razor has donated, or I believe they've donated some hardware, some gaming hardware to the winners. So they're going all out on this thing, and I really wish them all the success. I'm hoping to be able to cast some of the bracket on Saturday. I will not be able to do any of the work on Sunday. I have a family wedding to attend, so Sunday's going to have to be stuck. But the EU guys, Conway, and the guys in Prague are doing a huge support for the Saturday finals, which is cross-server, by the way. The EU and the NA teams will play each other through the bracketry on Sunday, and they're bringing in Isolate, Flambass, and Jingles himself to livecast that event from Prague, much in the same way they brought in some of the KOTS admins to livecast the King of the Sea finals back in early November. So props to them for really, really going all in on this event. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I won't be able to do much but watch on that Sunday as I get ready for my event, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Another big event that they've announced earlier this week, Twitch drops have returned. Now, this was a trial program they ran through a chunk of November, and but now apparently as of tomorrow, Friday the 7th, that's what Fem was saying on the World of Warship stream this evening. This is Wednesday night as I record this, that they're going to start in earnest on Friday. And the way this works is all you have to do is you link your Twitch account to your World of Warships account, or your Wargaming account, I should say, and then anytime you're watching anybody's World of Warships stream on Twitch, it does not have to be the official channel. It can be me, it can be Flamu, it can be anybody you want. As long as you're watching someone play World of Warships on Twitch, you will be eligible to earn basically in-game loot, right? You'll log back in and you'll have crates of Twitch drops, which have got some pretty cool loot in them. So that's an awesome system. They haven't said what's in those crates yet. They also haven't said how many you're going to earn. There's a cap how many you can earn. We don't know these things, right? We're going to have to wait for a little more on the official announcement, I think, for some of those kinds of things. But it is returning. Lastly, and certainly not least, Secret Santa of 2018 is about to drop here globally. The containers, I've got some videos going up today about the contents of the containers. They were kind enough to send us a bunch. The very CC sent us a bunch of those last night so that we could do some video work and showcase those for you guys. They have not announced pricing. My assumption is that it'll be the $1, $3, and $5 that we've seen in previous Christmases, but you never know. They could change that. The containers themselves are pretty awesome. You can get coal, you can get some of the special econ flags, and of course the big thing that everybody wants is the ships. Now, they've definitely gone kind of all in this year. They've got a lot of retired or harder to get ships on the list. You can get, just at tier 9, you can get Missouri, Musashi, Kronstadt, you can get Kutuzov, you can get Giulio Cesare, you can get Belfast, Gremiashi. Quite a number of ships that have been removed from sale or haven't been for sale in a long time are available in the crate system. So if you decide you're going to buy some of these for yourself, or you're going to head them out to your friends, because that's what I always recommend. It's a lot of fun to give those out to your in-game friends, or your guild mates, or your clan team members, or whatever. Good luck and best of luck in all of that, because there's some really good drops you can get out of there. And the doubloon amounts and the flags are also really, really awesome if you're grinding ship lines. It's a great way to pick up some things that'll help you make that grind just a little easier. So anyways, that's it for our first Scuttlebutt. This time of year is usually pretty quiet news-wise. Got some new premiums coming out over the course of the month, I think, but they haven't really announced any of those yet, but we just know they'll be coming. There's always a boatload of premiums that drop this time of year. Of course, we know Prince Idle Frederick is coming in 7/12 with one of the campaign rewards, and then several other ships are progressing in that direction. We're going to have to see what they decide they want to release between now and Christmas. All right, guys. Well, thanks. If you enjoyed this, throw me a subscribe. We're trying to build the channel here. I've got to keep putting out content and do this little Scuttlebutt issue once a week. This will be my little weekly chance to just sit and gab in front of a mic and talk about whatever's on my mind. I'm going to be putting up very shortly some builders trials, some first looks at Tier 8 Premium Pan-Asian Cruiser Irian, and possibly Tier 7 Russian Premium Cruiser Lazo. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Alaska. I've got 7 or 8 games in Alaska that I can use for video, like the one you're watching here. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do just a quick builder's trial or start in on a full review. I'm leaning towards the latter, but I don't know that I quite have enough material for that. So stay apprised on that one, and I'll work on it. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we will catch you on the flip side.